Did Vicky White help accused murderer Casey White escape from prison because she loved him? Lifetime's Bad Romance digs into the shocking story and its violent end after an 11-day manhunt. When news first broke on April 29, 2022, that an Alabama prisoner named Casey Cole White had gone missing from custody, and that corrections officer Vicky White, last seen picking him up for a purported courthouse meeting, was also nowhere to be found, all signs pointed to a story that wouldn't end well for anyone involved. Knowing the inmate, I think she's in danger, whatever the circumstances, Lauderdale County Sheriff Rick Singleton told reporters that night. He was in jail for capital murder, and he had nothing to lose. Casey White, no relation to Vicky, was serving a 75-year prison sentence for other crimes and was awaiting trial on capital murder charges, to which he'd pleaded not guilty. According to investigators, Vicky, whom Singleton called an exemplary employee and whom colleagues thought of as a mother figure, had checked Casey out of county jail that morning. She had said that the inmate was due for a mental health evaluation at the Lauderdale County Courthouse and she was going to drop him off on her way to seek medical attention because she wasn't feeling well. No such evaluation was on the court schedule, nor would they find any record of Vicky having a medical appointment. Furthermore, according to Singleton, at least 2 deputies were supposed to escort Casey at all times, including during transports. Ever since authorities learned in 2020 that the inmate was allegedly hatching an escape plan involving a hostage. On May 2, 2022, Singleton confirmed at a news conference that authorities believed Vicky had participated in Casey's escape and a warrant was out for her arrest. Whether she did that willingly or was coerced or threatened, we're not really sure, but we know for sure she did participate, the sheriff said. Whatever the circumstances were, he added, this is not the Vicky White we know by any stretch of the imagination. Everybody thought she was going to retire. Nobody saw this coming. A week later, Casey, now 40, was back behind bars. He will stay in handcuffs and shackles while he is in that cell. He is not getting out of this jail again, Singleton said on Today, May 10, 2022. And Vicky was dead of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. She was 56. But many questions remained about what happened and why, during the 11 days the pair were on the run. The investigation into the nature of Vicky's relationship with Casey continued, with detectives ultimately concluding that she masterminded his escape because she had fallen for the inmate. In total, there were approximately 1,100 phone calls between the two of them that we've discovered, Lauderdale County Sheriff Sergeant Matt Burbank said on 20/20's October 6 episode. Moreover, he explained, Vicky was the supervisor of the jail. She managed manpower. She was able to pull guards away. And she had the authority to make that happen. What ultimately set her down this road is also the subject of the new Lifetime movie Bad Romance, the Vicky White story, starring Wendy McClendon-Covey as the law enforcement veteran whose baffling last act sent her community reeling. I feel like the most hated man in the world, Casey told the court in June, per W. Chinty, when he was sentenced to life in prison after pleading guilty to first-degree escape, in exchange for prosecutors dropping a felony murder charge for Vicky's death. I loved Vicky, and I wouldn't drag her name through the mud for anyone in this courtroom. Vicky took me out because she said, right was right, wrong is wrong. First person to show me affection. First person to give me a hug in 6 years. But this is the picture that took shape after their foiled escape came to its disturbing conclusion. Who was Vicky White? Vicky had put in her retirement papers after 17 years as a corrections officer, most recently serving as an assistant director with the department. But the paperwork was never finalized, according to the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office, which on May 4, 2022, relayed that April 29 had been Vicky's last day on the job and she was no longer a county employee. Vicky White. Lauderdale County Sheriff's OFFI/UPI/Shutterstock. Documents showed that she had finalized the sale of her home on April 18, 2022, for $95,550. More than $140,000 less than the estimated value of the 4-acre property, according to public records. She would come home after work, eat supper at my house, and pick up her dog. She'd walk her dog, and that was her routine every day, Pat Davis, Vicky's mother, told CNN. Vicky had been staying with her mom since selling her house and last talked to her the day she went missing with Casey. Investigators later found surveillance footage showing Vicky checking out of Equality in the morning she disappeared. Vicky had talked about moving to the beach.